Hello everybody and welcome to the Late Night Yoga Show brought to you by Yoga International. My name is Colin Hall and I'm going to be bringing you some yoga news, commentary, opinions, some entertainment, maybe some laughs every 2 weeks. We are still shopping around for sponsors. Trying to create a late night yoga talk show is way too much for one person. So fortunately, we have a really great team put together from the fine people at Yoga International in Honesdale, Pennsylvania, as well as in California, in Los Angeles, and right here at Bodhi Tree Yoga in Regina, Saskatchewan. And yes, that's right, Regina. That is how you pronounce it. Please do like, share, comment, subscribe, do all the things. If you enjoy this show and you'd like to see more sort of yoga news stuff, please let us know. We'd absolutely love to hear from you. So, 2020. Is there a chance we were reading the Mayan calendar wrong? Because as I recall it, 2012 was actually pretty good. I mean, Grumpy Cat was born in 2012. Rihanna released Diamonds. Shine bright like a diamond. I won my fantasy football league, and William Broad published his essay in the New York Times, How Yoga Can Wreck Your Body, ahead of his groundbreaking book, The Science of Yoga. That book was a tide shift in the way people view yoga today. Now, I'm sure 2012 was probably not as rosy as I remember it. But compared to 2020, it's got me reminiscing about the good old days. You know, back when teaching yoga didn't require expertise in lighting and sound and video editing. The first case of coronavirus was reported in early January. Now it took another 5 months to get another 4.5 million cases. But it's only taken 5 weeks for that number to double. That's right, we're sitting right now at 9 million cases worldwide, and the Rona shows no signs of slowing down. So should we be opening our yoga studios in this environment? Well, we know that groups of people gathering, especially indoors, with lots of talking and lots of singing are particularly high risk. We know this. Now, as somebody who has felt the spittle flying from alignment-obsessed yoga teachers stressed out about some little defect in my Virabhadrasana, let me just say, it is not the right time. This is the time for online yoga if there ever was one. I don't think it's a good idea to reopen right now. Now, as a possible solution to this problem, yogis in Toronto are planning on opening up outdoor yoga classes in sealed yoga bubbles. They look like little geodesic domes. The last time these little bubbles were in use was last year. They made the news again when an encampment for unhoused Torontonians was torn down to make room for a bubble restaurant. Now, I have very little doubt that the same people who were in that bubble restaurant will be back again for bubble yoga classes. Side note on the yoga bubbles. Are they doing like an FM radio transmitter for sound? Are they, what if you're way in the back and you're way away from the teacher? How are you going to see? They got like a little screen in there for you or something? At that point, when all is said and done, why not just be at home in your underwear like the rest of us? International Yoga Day happened on June 21st. The theme this year was Yoga at Home and Yoga with Family. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi gave an address to the world where he said that yoga acts as a kind of a protective shield against coronavirus. Now, not to be outdone, India's yoga superstar Baba Ramdev released what he's calling the Corona Kit. The Corona Kit contains 2 different Ayurvedic formulas that Ramdev claims has 100% effectiveness against coronavirus. You know, I gotta say, I love Ramdev. He and his company, Patanjali Ayurveda Limited, serve as a valuable reminder that it is not just Westerners who are capable of royally screwing up yoga. Now, the Indian government has ordered that Ramdev stop making these claims that their product cures COVID-19. They've also asked to see the studies that demonstrate this 100% effectiveness, this miracle cure. I've got a miracle cure for sale myself. It's called, For God's Sake, Can We Please Stop Trying to Capitalize on This Pandemic? Ramdev wasn't the only yogi who thinks they've found their way around the Rona. A Bikram yoga studio in Vancouver sent an email to their students back in March claiming that hot yoga carried no risk for transmission. From the email that they sent, fact, this supposed virus cannot live in the heat. The email also states that hot yoga is the best way to boost one's immune system to fight the flu. Fact. If the virus spreads through yoga studios like body odor does, I can confirm hot yoga is not safe. The Greek Orthodox Church came out swinging in June after the Greek government suggested that people try yoga to relieve some of their pandemic stress. The Orthodox Church actually released a statement saying that yoga is a chapter of the Hindu religion and not a kind of physical exercise. It's a chapter. Yoga is a chapter of the Hindu. I think they might be confusing yoga with the Harry Potter series. The church did not comment on the role that Buddhism played in the development of yoga. They didn't comment on the role of British colonialism, on modern medicine, on yoga therapy, nor did they comment on Vivekananda, who, by the way, was the first Indian yoga guru to introduce yoga to North America. They didn't comment on Vivekananda's insistence that yoga is universally accessible to everyone, regardless of their faith. But as it turns out, the Greek Orthodox Church does not know very much about yoga. I got a treat for you. This is the first ever installment of a sequence, a little series that we're going to run called #MakeColinDoIt, where you see some impressive yoga photo in your social media feed and you decide you would like to #MakeColinDoIt. Our first winner comes to us via Ashley McDougall from Tucson, Arizona. What's up, Ashley? Thank you so much. Ashley suggested that I recreate this iconic image, and I feel like I nailed it. If you want to #MakeColinDoIt, all you need to do is use that hashtag as a comment anywhere in your social media feed where you see an image that you think would be perfect. To make things a little bit more interesting, for episode 2, coming up in 2 weeks, I'm going to let the producers of this show make the decision for me. I am nervous, super nervous. Well, my friends, that's our show. That's it. Thank you so much for spending some time with us today. We appreciate you. Have you got any stories that you want us to cover? Drop it in the comments below. We would absolutely love to hear what you have to say. And please remember to comment, like, share, subscribe so that you don't miss out on the next episode of the Late Night Yoga Show.